Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a video that comes from one of Bob's videos that he did last week. He mentioned, as he was going through whatever films he watched, he mentioned films that get a 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, an A star, whatever, but films that get a 10 out of 10. And I thought, I wonder how many films I give a 10 to, because not even all my favourite films of all time get a 10. You know, there's very few that get 10s. When you think about all the films you watched in your life. Films that I watched for the first time, old or new, can never get a 10. It's absolutely impossible. It can't happen. And there's no rhyme or reason as to why this gets a 10 and that gets a 7. Just, I watch a film and I get a feeling, a funny feeling, that this is a 10 out of 10. So the first 10 out of 10 film is Schindler's List. I just think from top to bottom, it's a fantastic story. It's a fantastically acted story, a performance. It's very, very sad, very cruel. I think most people have seen that. I think everyone in it is just very, very good. Then on to the films that get a 10, that people that have been watching me for however many years, I've been around here for 12, 13 years, will come as no surprise that they get 10 out of 10s. First 10 out of 10, Total Recall. Love it to bits. Sad when it's over, but some great characters, some great effects. Arnold's great, and it's top-notch entertainment. Ben-Hur is big and epic and bold, and at times sad and a little bit thought-provoking, but a superb epic. But it's bettered. They both get 10s, but that is bettered, or my enjoyment is more when I watch Charlton Heston in the Ten Commandments. Great special effects, you've got great costumes, you've got great set pieces, you've got Vincent Price, you've got Anne Baxter, you've got Charlton Heston, Yul Brynner, you've got thousands of extras, just one hell of a film. One hell of a film. Then, one half of that pack, Grumpy Old Men. I don't know what it is, and towards the end it turns into a Christmas film. There's something about Lemon and John Lemon. What's his name? Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau, when they're together, and the setting, it's all snowy. They go ice fishing. You've got Burgess Meredith as Jack Lemmon's father. I was going to go father, but he is his father. It's just, everything about it clicks, and I get maximum enjoyment out of it. The second one will probably be an 8 or a 9. Then we go to Back to the Future. The first Back to the Future. For many years I thought Back to the Future 2 was better. I enjoyed it more because you go back, you go forward. But Back to the Future, they're all great. But we go Back to the Future's a 10, second one's a 9, then you go down to 7 or 8 for this third one. But everything about it is top-notch 80s sci-fi fun, and it's perfect. Once upon a time, between Christmas and New Year, when I was sad, not depressed, just sad and miserable, I'd watch Back to the Future and it would cheer me up. Then we have Speed, a simple film that everyone knows, just maximum enjoyment out of it. As this one, just watched this one last week with the family, hell of a good time. Commando, gets straight to the point, full of one-liners. Arnold picks up a phone box, tips it over, swings through the air, gets tackled by some cops. He's one big motherfucker. Some great characters in that as well. Then, that is actually now my third joint favourite film. It's shot right back up to the charts to sit alongside Mary Poppins. Perfect. Don't want to sound cheesy and say it's practically perfect. No, that for me is the perfect film. In fact, a lot of these could be perfect films. This is why they get a 10. Predator, the only Predator that I need to see. I haven't seen Prey. Predator 2 is decent, and whatever comes after it. But yeah, great idea, great set, great characters, full of testosterone and machismo and all that kind of stuff. Superb. Great monster film. Tremors, again. The cast, you come back for the cast. Great location, great monster, but you come back for the cast, and more specifically Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon. Then my favourite war film, I think, of all time. I think I would Saving Private Ryan. Top notch. Terminator 2, even though at times I would give The Terminator a 10. In fact, I'm going to put Terminator in this as well. I'm going to do that because I can. Because what I say goes. You know I can't. Because what I say in this joint goes. They're 10s. The Terminator 2 are 10 out of 10 films. And my third joint favourite film of all time, The Wizard of Oz. Magical and everything that goes with that. Now to a few films that might surprise you, and they surprised me. This one not so much maybe, but Rambo 4 is my favourite Rambo film. Most people say Rambo 1 or Rambo 2, but this one just hit every mark for me. Granted, I haven't seen it for a while, but the last time I watched it, I got a huge enjoyment out of it, and I give it a 10. Then we go to this set. It's not the one you would think. It's Lethal Weapon 4. Because I watched Lethal Weapon 4 about 5 or 6 weeks ago when my mother went into hospital. She went to Liverpool. She went to the heart place. Off she went. And I remember watching Lethal Weapon 4. Has Jet Li in it. And something in it just, it clicked. And I got the most enjoyment out of any Lethal Weapon film that I've ever had. Like, they all get at least a 9. Lethal Weapon 1, 9, 2, 9, 3, 8 9s. But this one, for some reason, hit me. And I enjoyed this shit out of it. And I thought, you know what? After I watched it, I sat there and thought, I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10. But the one that surprised me the most is I watched this film twice. I've seen it once before and I give it like a 7. I watched it again, and the situation, the location, the characters, the connections, the music, it must have caught me on some kind of a day, because I give Lost in Translation a 10 out of 10. Now, next time I watch this, I'll probably give it like an 8 out of 10. But something clicked on that day that I watched this. Going around Tokyo, seeing different things, it just felt like a 10 out of 10 at that time. So that's the most surprising one, Lost in Translation. The rest of them really is no surprise. Terminator, Commando, Predator, no surprise. But they're my 10 out of 10 films. Do you have any 10 out of 10 films? Comments are welcome.